Hey guys, how we doing? I'm Hunter from Maryland Beer Blog,
And I'm Patrick from the Beerology blog.
and we're going to try some different beers tonight and tell you guys how we feel about them. First up on the list, probably one of the favorites of the night, is the Raven. This is a special lager, and it's got a lot of different characteristics that are appealing to each of us. I'm going to start off by describing, obviously you see the color, it's like an opaque amber, but the aroma, there's not much of an aroma. It's more of a slightly hoppy aroma, but there's really not much there. The beauty of this beer is in the taste. Full-bodied amber lager taste, as bold as Poe himself. And the mouthfeel, to me, it's warm and it stays on my tongue. I really like where this beer is going. What do you think about this, Pat?
I really enjoy this one too. It's got a 5.5 ABV, so it's a nice, like in the middle beer, sessionable. It's got a great, like you said, copper color. It's got a real malty smell, I thought. It's kind of reminded me of, like, the taste was more like a roasted flavor. It's kind of reminded me of bread and like a biscuit type of thing. You could say the taste is poetic. It's got a nice carbonation, good mouthfeel. I just think it's a great American style lager that I would definitely buy again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm going to give this one a 4.2 out of 5. I really like this brew. I could see myself drinking a full 6-pack of this and not getting tired of the way it tastes. What do you think, man?
I gave it a little lower score. I gave it like a 3.5. I wasn't that crazy about it. I mean, it was good, but it definitely wasn't one of my favorites of the night. So I would definitely buy it again, and I think you should try it. All right, up next we got the Moo Thunder. It's a stout farmhouse ale from Butternuts Ale and Beer and Ale Company in Garrettsville, New York. We're staying East Coast with all three of these beers. This is a very dark stout. It pours like motor oil black. It's got great like coffee and vanilla bean scents. The taste is more, remind me of coffee again, and really bitter dark chocolate. I kind of enjoyed it. The mouth feels very light. It's very drinkable for a stout, I think. This would be a great stout if you like had friends that didn't like dark beers. I think this would be like a good introduction to them. What do you think about it, Hunter?
This one, I have mixed feelings about this one. I like the way it pours, I like the way it looks, and I really like the way the can looks. The problem to me is the taste of this one. The aroma speaks nothing more than flavor. And when I try it, I just don't get much of that. It's almost like a black light beer. It tastes like a light beer, and I'm not too big on it. It's definitely sessionable. It's definitely drinkable. It's almost like you see that one football player on the team, and he's the biggest guy, the strongest guy. You expect him to go out there and make plays, and he just gets run over the whole time. That's almost what this kind of feels like to me. It's like a beer that it looks and it feels like it should be a dark and a strong beer that really makes noise, but then when I try it, I just don't really get much. And the mouthfeel is dry, not much hops. It just kind of sits there and doesn't really do much. I give this one a 3.7 out of 5. And to be honest, I could feel like that's a little bit generous by the way that this one tasted. But it's very sessionable. Not much character, though. What do you think?
This was my favorite of the night. I give this one like a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I definitely buy it again.
So now we got the Pub Dog Fest Dog here, and it's a German-style Oktoberfest. This one, to me, is a very good brew. I really like the copper color, and the aroma, it's like a tangy, bitter aroma. It's got a little bit of pine in it, but the taste, there's no pine in the taste. We got a lot of malt and that distinct German lager taste. The Oktoberfest flavors, it's like that harvest style ale. A lot of different stuff going on here. I really like this one, but before I get too carried away, we're going to let Patrick tell us what he thinks about it.
This is a pretty good beer. It's 5.8 ABV. It's right in the middle there. I really enjoyed it. I thought it had a really good fruity, malty smell. But what really hit me about this beer, it had like an apple juice taste that I thought was pretty refreshing. It's very smooth. It's good carbonation. I thought it was a good example of an Oktoberfest German style lager.
Yeah, I agree with that. With the mouthfeel, there's not much mouthfeel unless you really like leave it in there on your tongue for a little bit. It's kind of a bitter aftertaste. I'm gonna give this one a 3.9, but that's a strong 3.9. This has got a lot of character, and for the money, it's a local brew. It's good to support local brews, and this one, I mean, you can't really get a German-style lager brewed in Maryland that's more accurate than this one.
would agree with that. I gave it a 3. I thought it was pretty good. Not one of my favorites of the night, but it was still pretty good. Definitely, I would buy it again. That's it for the night. These are the 3 beers we tried. We really enjoyed doing our podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. We loved having you, and we'd love for you guys to try any of these 3 beers yourself. And please let us know what you think. Again, I'm Hunter at Maryland Beer Blog.
And I'm Patrick from the Beerology blog, and see you later.